Okay, this morning I'm doing the drawer fronts. I've set up the table saw. I could use a couple more blades in there and it would make it a little faster, but I don't really see the need for it, so we'll just use the one chipper blade and we'll get the drawer fronts done. On the back side I really didn't need to put the groove in the back part of these. I should have just left them blank. I don't know why I didn't give it a thought. So now when I cut that off, it's going to be just a bit small. I went and cut this groove in both the front and the back drawer. And the back drawer didn't really need this because this sits down in. I don't know if you can see this or not, but it sits down inside here. And so it's going to be just a bit smaller, which maybe not be a bad idea. So, but it was a mistake, and that's from not having blueprints. It's always something. So anyway, that's what we're doing right now. We're cutting fronts. So I'll show you how I do that. This is actually cut, already set. The depth is already set. So you just want to keep your glasses on or a shield on, and got one more of these to do. I've already done the 2.5 inch ones, you can see, and I got the 3.5 inch to do. And there's 2 drawers, so there's just 2 of these. And then we're about ready to build a jig and reassemble. Once we get the drawers all built, then we can figure out where they have to be placed in the side panels and the runners. Not quite sure how I'm going to build the runners yet, I think, but I'm not going to buy them, I'm going to build them. So I'll show you how I do that. Ready for the next step. Nice and clean, and it's a nice day out. So got the back door open and got the dog tied up outside. He's probably not very happy because it's not a very long leash. I'll have to work on that a little bit. So many projects. Of course, that's what keeps the intrigue of my channel. You know, we got as much as I can find different to do and teach is kind of an inspiration for me. I want people to learn, and I don't, you know, just as least expensive as I can. I know I've gone through that with you before, but I want people to be able to do jewelry work and clock work. Some of them may even be bold enough to do a pocket watch. So I'll try and give you some lessons on what not to do. Anyway, we're done with all the fronts. So now we guess we can build a jig, and I'll probably build it right up here on this table. And that way we can just glue and staple them together, and hopefully pretty fast. Well, that's our next step. So I'll be back in a while after I get things figured out. I thought I had the camera on when I was cutting these little dados in the back here, which is these here fellas. So I cut all of them and thought that the camera was running. Apparently I didn't put the record on. So this is what it's going to look like right here. Just miter these or dado these in, and then drop that piece in. Shelf slides in, and I got the next thing I got to do is cut these slides. Then I went ahead and made a jig. So that'll be next after I get the shelving, the bottom drawers put in, and then I'll go ahead and the jig keeps this nice and square, and then I can actually go quite fast, I think. Hope so anyway. I can shoot a brad, I can glue them, shoot a brad in, and let them set for maybe 15-20 minutes, and so I can start making drawers at 20 or 30 minutes intervals. And I have 8 of them to build. And now I made a couple of mistakes. I cut one of these way too wide. This one here I think is way too much, which is all right. Well, this one doesn't. No. Well, one of them I did. And so I get to cut some new boards, and I double cut this one here. So I think I'll just go ahead and order some. Go to Menards and pick up some more lumber. The stuff's not cheap. It's about $5 or $6 a 10-foot piece. But once you get all these drawers made, then I can start putting the bench together and show you how it looks. So, well, that's about it for tonight. I'll try and get some the bottoms cut for this tomorrow, and then we'll move on from there. So, thanks for watching tonight. I'm sorry I didn't have the video on, so I kind of wanted to show you stage by stage of what I was doing. Then, you know, like I said, I am no carpenter, and I'm not really a cabinet man, and I certainly don't know how to make drawers probably properly. I don't have a dovetail, so they have to be blocked in like this. But I think that'll work all right. And we'll just keep moving on. So let me get a few of these put together and slid together, and we'll see how that's going to show up there with the bench. So thanks for watching My Bench Jeweler. And once we get this bench built and get the camera brackets mounted and stuff, we'll be able to do a little bit more jewelry repair and jewelry
so I made a little jig.
I like teaching it, so we got thousands.
So that these would be as square as I could get them. And I glue these. I shoot brads in them, and then I glue the back one, and I leave this pretty much loose. I do put a couple brads in it, but I'm hoping that it won't twist or turn after these things dry out a little bit. You never know. Humidity changes wood, you know. But I made, let's see, get over here. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This last one is 6. And talk about mad. My dog decided he was going to eat one of my drawers lids or fronts, and you can see he's made a mess out of it. So this is no good. And I'm not sure what I've done here. Whether this must have been a piece of scrap that I set the 3/4 inch for, and so I'm one drawer, one long runner short, because well, I made a bunch of mistakes here. This one here is okay, but this one here I cut it on the wrong side of the blade before I noticed it, so I've got to make another one of these. And for some reason I'm short one of these runners for the large drawer. This is a 3.5 inch drawer. So these all come out really good, and I wouldn't have to hunt around. I thought I made enough. I did, but I don't have a drawer. I don't have a drawer front. That's where the problem's at. So I'm going to have to go to Menards and get a little more lumber. And sorry for the noise out here, guys. This highway goes right through the back side of our building, and it's quite noisy. But I opened the door because I didn't want all the sawdust building up in me on the floor here in my nose. So I guess I'll go ahead and one of them was the 3.5 inch, and I don't have another one. So I was going to go to the lumber yard and buy another one of these. This is pine wood, I think. So a couple of years ago, in fact last year, I made these. And I sent the lumber out, which is this lumber right here. This is a hardwood. I sent this out and had this molded by a cabinet maker who had a molding machine, and we molded these. And I had about I'll just show you here. I had about a 6-foot piece left, and it happens to be exactly the right width, 3.5 inches. So I guess I'm just going to go ahead and make 2 runners out of this hardwood, and nobody will ever know because I won't tell nobody. So I'll go ahead and I think I can finish all the drawers up this weekend, and we'll get ready to build the cabinet, the drawer cabinet for the runners set. I'm not 100% sure how I'm going to do that, but I used to make these, and I had a whole bunch of these bank doors that a friend of mine had. And then we bought a bunch more, and then he helped me make these. And we made about 30 of them, I guess. He made about 300 of them and was selling them on eBay and anywhere else that he could. And we did the copper lining. I helped him temper that copper, and then we forged that into a lining. So these little jewelry boxes had copper linings in them. And I think this is the last one I have. So I don't know that I'll sell it or not. If somebody offers me enough, I suppose I'd sell it. But anyway, that was the last one I had left. And this was the lumber we used to do the molding. So with that said, I'll go ahead and finish cutting them all out. Okay. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So all of our drawers are now made. So I'll build the drawer runners, and we'll be ready to put the bench together. I think I'm going to go ahead and formica at the top. I have a friend of mine that knows how to do formica, and I need to get a piece of oak that's 4 inches long, wide, and the length of the bench, and I'll drill holes in that, and that'll hold our bench pins and whatnot. So this is project drawers done. So we'll see you next week, and hopefully we'll have a bench that's put together and ready to go to work. Thanks for watching, as always.